Yes, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, today we continue with TypeScript basics. Then after we will go with Angular. First of all, we will continue with the basics. The different in JavaScript you have learned data types and everything. So I will explain the structure of the architecture of how the web applications will run. For example, there is a website, any website that we see. For example, it's a Facebook. For example, this is a Facebook. When a particular user, able to log in with username and password, username and password. Okay, he will search in the Google engine. First of all, Google engine, so that he can able to access this particular website. This website will be available in the server. Okay, from server, when a particular user will log in through internet, so it will directly hit to the server, and the server will give the response, request and response. First of all, it will give the request to the server, and it will get the response from the server. Okay, in this way we can able to access this particular website. So what we have to understand is this particular website will be developed by using only with web technologies, that is like HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, and JavaScript, and jQuery, etc. So web browser will understand only these technologies. So how we will connect these web technologies with the server? How we will connect these web technologies with the server is a challenging part. So here is a website, and there is a middleware called, this is Angular, where we integrate the logic, our logic. Okay, uh, we will integrate our particular logic, and this Angular will communicate with APIs, application protocol interface. It will communicate with the APIs like HTTP protocols, HTTPS or HTTP protocol APIs. Then this API we will prepare by using .NET or Java or Python. .NET, Java or Python, or any uh, coding technology, any programming technologies by using, we will develop, and Node.js will develop. And after developmentation of these things, we will host in the server. Okay, like this, for everywhere there is a request, and there we will get the response, and we will get request, and we will get the response. We will request and we will get the response. The same way we will get throughout this process. We have to understand this clearly, like why we are writing the code. what code we are writing, and where it is useful. We need to understand these things before going to the chapter. And what is the purpose of the website? We have to understand like purpose of the website. Any website, it is useful for a particular user to access to the particular server. So it is we are transferring the data or getting the data. Transfer of the data, getting of the data. Okay, data is nothing but a like they are the raw facts. So there are many different types of data will be available. So we are all familiar with the data actually. So any information that can be viewed, voice is a data, particular data, and the text is a data. Anything that we see, that we hear in real world by using computer or website, it is a data. So there are two types of data, like numeric data and characteristic data. So write this one, like data is a collection of raw facts. So it consists of like the data. There's two types, like numeric or character. Okay. Coming to the numeric, we have integer type and floating. And into the characteristic, we have the single character, group of characters. And there will be the alphanumeric characters. So we need to know the difference between what the data is in the TypeScript. So here it is. There is like primitive type of data and user defined data. In primitive types, we'll have number, string, boolean, void, null, undefined, and never. And there is any type of data will be there. In JavaScript, I think it will be not available any type of data. And user defined data is like arrays, classes, interfaces, tuple, and enum and functions. They are the user defined data. So before going to that, we need to understand the data and data type. The data is a collection of raw facts, and the type, if I mention the type, for example, uh, this the letter 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the numeric type of data. Numeric type of data. For example, and A, B, C, D. This is the characteristic data. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. So this is numeric type of data, right? We are differentiating every data with a particular type, particular name. For example, like we have data called number data, string data. This one is a number. Ajay. This is a string type. Okay. we want to store this particular type of data. This is a data and this is a data. So how the computer will store means like it will store in the blocks like in this way. Like we have this in a block we have the number one. This is a number type. Okay, and we give particular name. We have given this particular for this data we have given the name, and there will be the address. Okay, and there will be the type called numeric number. Okay, so like this there are multiple type of data will be available. Hello, is that clear? Hello, can I repeat once again this concept? Hello,
Yeah. Hello.
is that clear? Like
Yeah, data types are clear.
like we will be there will be we'll do the session like interactive session only. Like it's
Mm,
not like something you are going to learn in the institute and you can forget like that. It's not. So if you understand what's the data and how the variable will store in the data and what is the data type, then it will be easy in the upcoming classes actually. So this is only the main concept in the IT industry. Like many people don't know like what is data and what is data type. So if you understand like what is data and what is data type, then everything will be easy. For example, there are fruits, there are vegetables, there are stores. I'm an ex person, so uh, my wish is to access these all these things like fruits, vegetables, and stones. Actually, for example, so I want to make if I keep fruits in this bowl and vegetables in this bowl and the stones, particular stones in this bowl. So I will get all these things are mixed up. All these things are mixed up. If I want to collect only fruits from this bowl, only fruits from this bowl, okay, so it is very difficult for me to access them. Okay, right? It is very difficult. If I want to search for only vegetables from this bowl, it is very clumsy, and the stones also. So what we will do means we will do this particular bowl with a particular name. So fruits. So it will store only fruits only. If we give this particular bowl, that it will allow only fruits only. It will not allow vegetables. If I create another bowl, so it will allow only with stones only. It will not if you throw the fruits into this bowl, it will not allow. In the same way, vegetables also. So what we need to do means for any data, if it is number or letter or any decimal points, anything. So we will give this particular structure. So it will allow if you keep it as a number, it will allow only numbers only. If it's another data type, like it's a string, it will allow only letters. It will allow only strings. It will not allow the numbers. 1, 2, 3. It will not allow. In the same way for the number data type also, it will allow only 1 or 2 at a time, only one. If you want, it will replace anything. But it will not allow string values. So that is because of the structure, like to able to access this particular data in a very fastly. And there will be the particular size for this data. Particular size for the string will be there. The for the data for call 4 bytes, I think it will be available. So we need to understand, like, data type is a specific data to be stored in the memory. How much memory required was decided by the data type. Like, data type is a specific type of data that to store in the memory. Okay, particular data, if it is a 1, so it will store in the memory. And the memory was depends on the type of the data. If the type is a number, it will store with the 4 bytes. If type is a string, it will store with the 8 bytes. So for particular data, every data, there will for every data type there will be the different memory will be there. Okay, and memory will be stored in 2 ways, like memory will be 2 types, like temporary and permanent. Okay, temporary memory belongs to RAM, and permanent memory is hard disk. And here we have 2 types, like primitive data types and user defined data types. And primitive and user defined data types, we have the number, strings, boolean. So boolean is used for numbers, it will store the numbers, and string will store the string values. uh, like boolean is for true or false. Void is type of a data type, it will not give any response. Null is a data type, like if we don't want to store anything into the particular memory, it will define as a null. Same with the undefined also. And any is a data type, like it is like any data type. Like if you keep a data type called any in front of any data, so it will allow any type of data. It may be the string, it may be the boolean, it may be the void, it may be the number, array, class, interface, or anything it will allow. So in further classes we will go with what are user defined types, arrays and classes.
What is never data type? That's not there in the JavaScript, right? Like in the primitive, there is a never.
Yes. Like we will not majorly we will not use in the real time in much scenarios. We will use number, string, boolean, and any. These are the data types we will use mainly. This is latest recently introduced, I think.
Okay.
as we are learning, right, this is a career starting, so we need to focus on mainly what industry wants, and how the industry uses this architecture, and what the data, what the structure they are following. We need to follow those things only.
Yep, yep.
If we go with the different things, it will clumsy us, and it will create the uh, confusion within us.
Yep, yep.
We need to keep it everything as a simple,
Mhm.
very simple only. Like every developer will think in a simple manner only. Like if it is anything is complex is there, anybody will not able to do any task actually.
Yep.
So whatever it is, if you understand anything, if we in the coding part, if you think, if something is complex, if we are not able to understand anything, it means that we are thinking in it in a complex way. So
Mhm.
whatever the task in any, whatever the function or whatever the uh, things will be there in the subject, if we are not able, if we are making it as a complex things, so it is like we are going in the wrong way. So everything will be the clear, and everything will be the easy only.
Yep.
Okay, and then here it is like variable, number, and value. We'll go with the variable. What is a variable? Okay, variable is the name given to the particular memory location. So purpose of variable is to store the data in the memory or retrieve the data from the memory. So for example, I have kept I equal to 10. So it means that there will be the memory location will be there. So it will have the value of 10, and I have given the name for that particular memory is I. So I want to give the type for this memory location. Why we want to give the type? To able to access very fastly, and we will give the this particular memory location with a fixed size. So for that purpose, we are giving this type of the variable, like type number. So here we have the keyword, variable name, and the type of the number, or type, number, and value. You go with the example.
హలో ఏ భగత్
Yes.
అది అవి కనెక్ట్ అయ్యారంట కొంచెం అడ్మిట్ చేయరా అడ్మిట్ చేయండి
Okay, okay. Yes. We see, we have given the type called type as a var. So this score is a name. Like if you give var I number equal to 50. So there will be at the time of writing this particular line of code, so we will have this memory location, and it have the name called I, and the type is number, and the value is 50. Okay. Like keyword, it's a keyword of the variable, either var, let, or const will define the scope of the usage of the variables. We'll go in further classes like scope and global variables and local variables. For variable name is it's a name given to the particular variable to hold the values in our application, and the number is a type of the data variable can hold, assigning a required value to the particular variable. So this is particular memory. We want to store the particular data called 10, and we have given the name called I, and the type is number. So that one, like if we give I equal to 10, I type is number equal to 10, for example. So this particular memory location will allow only numeric value only. If you want to insert into this particular memory location with a string called ajax, it will not allow. If I want to insert with a true or false, it will not allow, because we have given the type called numeric number. In the same way, if we keep name as string, it will allow only string values. It will not allow numbers. If you give same condition as a boolean, so it will allow only true or false. It will not allow numeric or string type. We'll go with the real time example. So we have created this var, and type is number, and 50. Well, we store the value 50. So it will display score value as a 50. If I want to store instead of 50, I am storing string value. So it will not allow actually. So we have kept the type is var actually. So it is allowing. So if you don't keep the var is a any type of data. So var will allow any type of data. That is the difference. Var let constant. So they will allow any type of data, var and let. So var is a global variable. Here we need to understand var is a global variable. So it will allow any type of data. If you keep any number, Where it is. Explain that in a- There is a difference, like if you keep, it will not allow. We will show the difference. So here we can, it is showing like this is the ID actually. It is not showing correctly. So when we run our real application, I will show you the real difference. So here it is saying like the type string is not assignable to the type number, right? It is not allowed actually. It will not allow. So it will allow only if you keep the type as a number. It will allow only numbers. It will allow. Now it will not show any error actually if you keep the true or false. So it will not. It will throw the error exception like type boolean is it not assignable to number type. So this is the main difference actually. So in like when we install node, then we can understand clear. So is that clear? Like the difference, like if you keep as a number as a type, so it will allow only the particular type members only. If it is a number, it will allow only integers. If it is a string, it will allow only string only. It will allow string. So now it's a string. The type of data is a string. So it will allow only string values. So it is now we are assigning forcibly true as a true. So it is saying the type boolean is not assignable to the type of string. Okay, I hope that is clear. So any type of any data type is the super type of all types in TypeScript. It denotes the dynamic type. Using any type is equivalent to the optional out of type checking or for a variable. Like if you keep as any, let's see, like if you keep here as any instead of string any, so it will allow true also. It will allow numbers also. Okay, it will allow string also. Okay, this is the type of any data type. It will allow any type of data. uh, you understood the difference between the type of data and any type of data, right?
Yeah,
If anything is not clear, like stop me in the middle.
sure.
Okay. There are like these are the types like number data types in TypeScript. They kept the keyword as a number only, but in different in another technologies like for a number they will store as int. They will give as an integer keyword as there will the keyword will be the difference, that is that syntactical difference will be there. So string, for string value it will the keyword is string. For boolean it's a boolean, void, null and undefined. Okay, there is no integer type in TypeScript or a JavaScript as well. So in another Java or .NET, Python, there will integer data type is there. Instead of that one we have the number type is there. and any data type. For every data type, when we write any variable now, so we need to write the variable name with the valid names. Like it should not be the var keywords. It should not be the keywords. Variable name should not be the keyword. Variable name should not be with spaces. Variable name should not be with like unwanted text, or like we will not keep as a number, like alphanumeric types also it should not be allowed. So only these are the valid variable names we need to give. And the TypeScript have these keywords. These are the keywords. We should not give these keywords to as a variable name. If I want to give a variable name as a switch, like I have given like I equal to 10, so it is a number I equal to 10, for example. So it will store only number only. So if I want forcefully give, if I want to give any switch, like a switch as a variable name and type is a string or any or integer, the value will not be allowed. This will throw the error actually. So we should not give the keywords to the any variable name. Okay, so switch is not allowed as a variable declaration name. If I give any if like that, the same it will throw. It will not allowed as a variable declaration. So that is the difference. So when we are developing in the real time, if we keep like anything like a private exports as a variable name or with the capital letters, so it will throw exceptions, errors. Like we think that we are writing correct, but we have this structures will be there actually. So that is called typed function.